What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Kart 6T3. I am Ben, just in case you didn't know, but again, hopefully you're learning my name after all these freaking videos. A gentleman had reached out to me for numerous things. You know, my DMs are always open. If you want to email me, I can drop that down below as well. But he had asked, a bunch of questions, UAS ride and this and that. Well, he started asking me about Mychron and Mychron 5 in particular. And I thought, you know what? It's one of the very first video ideas I had, and I had been kind of ignoring it I have no idea why. I just haven't done it yet. So I thought what I'd do here is we'd discuss it. I'd go in and I'll set up and kind of go through the menus and everything, talk about the Mychron 5 system. It's done by AIM. And yeah, we'll go about that. So we're going to dive down below and I'll kind of cycle through how they work, what you're looking for, and all that stuff, because it's a bit confusing to somebody who's brand new to the system. So let's drop down. We'll take a peek at that. We'll come back up and finish with a conclusion. All right, see you in a second. Okay, everyone, here we are looking at the Mychron 5. I thought I'd just give this a quick look around here before actually going into the settings to give you an idea of what they look like. So this is what it looks like mounted on my cart. There's my snowblower in the background. All right, we have one inlet here. This is a Mychron 2T, and here is your RPM lead plugged in here. We'll walk around the other side here real quick, and I'll show you a little closer in detail what that looks like. So right here, this is your lead. Now, whether you have a single temp or a 2T is a single wire coming out, and then right here is your RPM lead. Now that feeds down, got it all zip tied and all that. This is your RPM lead. And what that looks like on, obviously this is a KT100, a 2-stroke, but that would be the same on a 4-stroke or a clone. And then a 2-temp actually has 2 leads that come over here. So this is the split for that. We come over, this is my exhaust gas temp. That's how I read and keep my engine performing correctly. And this would be the other lead. Now on my 252 stroke, that is water. So those are what the lines look like real quick before I go into the menu settings and everything like that. Okay, here we are, and if you could see my cell phone / camera set up here, I think some of you might be quite impressed. The feat of engineering I had to go through in order to get this angle to look at the Mychron 5 on here. Like I said, this is a 2-temp. This is a Mychron 5 2T. So it reads 2 temps like I showed before. All right, so I know this is a little in the way here, but it was the best way I could think of to show you how everything works here. So obviously, you're going to turn the unit on view there. This is a GPS unit, so it's going to take lap times and find out where you're at via GPS. Okay, your regular screen here. Okay, it's reading now that my sensor is plugged in, my EGT. You can see it is 30 degrees out in my barn right now. So that's pretty cold. And this is giving you your RPMs. Wi-Fi is off, so I'm not connected to it. You update the unit via Wi-Fi connecting to your network at your house or via your phone. I don't actually do that, so not a big deal. 7:16 p.m. That is incorrect. I haven't used this in quite a while, so it's going to need to be updated here fairly shortly here. Okay, so when you initially get this, you're going to click into menu. All right, your backlight. We'll kind of go into everything best I can here. So your enter button is over here. It says enter on the side. Previous, next, enter, and exit. So I want to enter there. This gives me a color choice. Which do I want to do? Up, down, night vision. Yes, I want night vision on. Previous. All right, so say I want to change this. I want to change the color to white. I want to change color to purple, red, green. This everybody from Mychron 3 days remembers the green quite well. Yellow, blue. Back to that. I happen to like this. I find it easy to read. Okay, so we're going to exit out of this. Okay, go to next. These are your system settings. Unit of measure, your speed, mile an hour, your temperature. Okay, you can change those if you want. Go into the next here, drive setup, enter. Okay, I have a clutch type, so it's not direct drive. Go to the next, RPM setup. Give your max RPM. So even though I run normally a 252 stroke, the KT100, 15,000 RPM frequency, RPM factor. Oops, my bad. I hit the previous. Lap setup. It's kind of a pain to reach around here. I'm actually, I'm no professional at this. I actually don't know what that is. I probably could read the manual, but, I'm a guy, so we don't do that. LED setup. All right, this one I find to be very useful. All right, so LED bar. So that's this string of lights right here. There's LEDs up in here. We're going to enter. LED bar off. Lap time, reference. Oh, geez. There we go. So this is shift light. This gives you an idea of where you are. This is what I use to engage my clutch. It's set up for the 250 because it's more, I know where to come in at on the KT100, but I needed to know exactly when my clutch was coming in, and you can feel it. So you see your set of lights. My clutch was hitting about 6,500, 7,000 on my 250. That's what I use that setup for. So alarm LEDs. Okay, we're going to come down to next. This is going to give this light and this light are your alarm. So one's the exhaust temp. Once I exceed a certain exhaust temp, that starts blinking red. And then the water temp, once that exceeds that temperature. So you can change those. We're going to go to next. We'll just take a peek here. See this? So that's this is actually KT100. I set that up. So at 1,000 degrees exhaust gas temp, this starts blinking, letting me know, hey, buddy, you're going to blow it, so don't do that. So you can increase it and decrease it. I'm just going to leave it be. We're gonna cancel out of that. We're going to exit and exit again. All right, next. Display setup. Going to enter in there. RPM and lap times enabled. This stuff. Exit. It's really easy to cycle through all this stuff. I can't tell you exactly what everything does, but here's your general settings. Yes, I want over racing. And then what version you are. So if I had to guess, I'm probably not updated. And that is okay by me for now. So when you want to recall, so you're just get off track, you want to recall what just happened on track, you're going to hit memory. And when you come off track, when you hit memory, it's going to go into what you just did. So the last time I was at Kroger Creek, the last time I was at Paradise Speedway. Here, let's go into this one. All right. Now this is going to give you the segments that you were on track. So, what's that? Yeah, I guess those lap times are correct from the last time I was on there. It was a KT100 race, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was. I was thinking it was the Open. It wasn't. So the last time I went out, 8 laps, 12 laps. You can go into any of these. Say we'll go into this one. Just take a peek. Okay, and then here's where you get into it. This is, all right, so I did almost 60 mile an hour. My max exhaust gas temp was 909. My max RPM was 14.5. All right. Page. You can change that. Look at that one. You can look at that one. All right, this is going to show you moving along. what your RPM was, what your mile per hour was. This one is going to give you more information here. Again, RPM and mile an hour, what your maxes are. Lateral grip. So this is picking up how many G-forces you're actually feeling in the corner and where they're spiking or not spiking, where, you know, it'll give you an average, you know, what corner you had more grip or not. Okay, and then back to that page, and then you just go back to tests, and then you can back out again. So it really isn't complicated. There is a lot of information, and like I said, I'm no professional at this. There's a lot of things that I don't understand about it. Honestly, I use it, you know, I glance down at it. I have my idiot light set to make sure that I'm not blowing anything up, but on the straightaway, I'll glance down, make sure my temperatures are okay. I'm not too terribly worried about RPM until I come off. I'm not too terribly worried about lap times until I come off. So it's basically a recall for me, but on track. Obviously, temperatures don't nuke your motor, and this is a great unit for that. So there you go. We're gonna bounce back up top real quick here. I'll give you a conclusion, and we'll see you in the next video type thing. Okay, hopefully that footage turns out okay. I'm telling you, the system I used to mount my cell phone to record that is pretty sketchy. I was trying not to bump everything, and I'm sorry if I didn't give an explanation into everything. Again, that's, you know, there's a lot in that unit that I will probably never use, and a lot of racers won't use, but it is there. I mean, it's better to have more and not need it than, you know, obviously the opposite of that. So there it is, Mychron 5, and kind of, you know, just a brief walkthrough. I would love to do one on a Mychron 3 or a Mychron 4, but honestly, what it comes down to is I haven't run a Mychron 3 in forever. And I can tell you it was specifically a recall for me, so I never looked at it on track. I was far less experienced back then. I just came off to make sure, you know, hey, how close was I? I was just like, that's dangerous. I could have blown it up, not looking at it, not knowing my temps, and I'd done that before. But with this unit, the Mychron 5, it is, like I said, it is a computer on board. You know, probably a little more sophisticated than what a dirt kart racer needs, but I'd rather have it and not need it type of thing. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Thank you very much for your support. If you didn't mind, hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you find this type of stuff useful to you. I will continue to make videos for you, and glad you stopped by. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.